I'm sorry. Like it's like this is a dog whistle. If you're gonna rally around the I hate anti-movie, my immediate thought is you're probably a. There's no.
The church derangement syndrome is real. The Tim Ballard derangement syndrome is real. The Trump derangement syndrome is real.
He funded 0.003% of the movie.
Ricky Gervais made that joke at the Golden Globes and it landed for a reason, right?
They do everything they can to tie Jim Caviezel into QAnon stuff. Yeah, like how deceptive are these headlines? You read through the rest of the article.
This is like what Peggy Fletcher Stack did to you in the Salt Lake Tribune.
Yeah, to us. All of us.
Peggy can't do math.
It's just sad to me. And I don't know, I lost a little more faith in corporate journalism today. I didn't think I could. Here's the other thing though. They post another article 7 days later.
This one even surprised me. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to wardradio.com. I'm your host, Cardinellis. I'm joined in the studio by Kwaku L, Brad Whitbeck, and Sean Bailey. And today, you know, we're talking about anti-Mormonism in the media. It's just absolutely insane. These people are so brain damaged, but they're sneaky. One of the examples that we're about to show you guys is this headline right here. Sound of Freedom funder charged with kidnapping amid controversy and box office success. You know, there's something about the Sound of Freedom.
Kidnapping.
Yeah, child kidnapping, exactly. There's something about the Sound of Freedom that all of these anti-Mormon, anti-Church of Jesus Christ people absolutely hate, and they've chosen to rally around a basic action thriller that has as a premise, we shouldn't kidnap and sell children. Something that should be just basically round table, accessible, and lauded and praised.
Like,
just
who disagrees with that?
Yeah, no one should disagree with it. But because it features
Washington,
because it features Tim Ballard, a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and Jim Caviezel, who's a prominent Christian/Catholic, they have to hate it. And the depths of the cynicism and the misrepresentations and lies, this one even surprised me. So Brad Whitbeck, tell us what's going on.
So I think there's a little bit more to it. It's also because Tim Ballard is a very pro-Trump guy.
Oh, of course.
And I think that's a huge reason why they're...
Hey, that's rule number 7 of the first 21 rules of anti-Mormons, is that it is always political first. So
yeah, and I think if it hadn't been political, maybe this wouldn't have been as crazy. But check out, again, show the title of this.
Okay.
USA Today on August 7th runs this story with this headline. Sound of Freedom funder charged with child kidnapping amid controversy, box office success. Kwaku, when you hear that, what does that sound like to you?
Oh, it sounds like some guy who bankrolled the movie was diddling kids.
Yeah. So now, let's get into what actually happened.
That is the most misleading headline I've ever seen in my life.
Like, what the heck are you doing, USA Today, to like print that as your headline when the facts of what actually happened are as follows?
Yeah, what actually happened? Because I haven't read this yet, bro. I'm pure reaction on this.
We're gonna start off with funder. The guy who funded the movie. Guess what? Guess who he was. Guess how he funded this.
What, some executive producer or some like
No.
Weinstein? Not Brett Weinstein.
Was he like a half partner?
No, he was a crowdfunder.
What?
He donated on a website.
Donated on the website randomly, like maybe 500-ish bucks.
Like one of thousands of people.
Wait, what was the budget of Sound of Freedom? Was it like 15 million or something like that?
Yeah, so somebody went through the time to search through all of these people and then found one of them that they could be like, this one's controversial. We're going to say
we're talking over 1,000 people crowdfunded this.
Yes.
So a dude who donated online is now being seen as the funder of the Sound of Freedom.
Look at this. The Sound of Freedom had a $14.5 million budget. And you're saying a dude from like the Kickstarter or something?
Yeah.
Okay, a guy who gave less than a month of rent in Orem, Utah.
This guy
is now the funder.
He funded 0.003% of the movie.
No. 0.0000. Oh, wait. I see what you're saying. But look,
I did the decimal point.
Yes. So what's going on with this is they are just making this clickbait title to attack a movie against human trafficking. Like,
I'm sorry.
What's going on?
Look. Don't, if you're gonna rally around the I hate anti-pedophilia movie, my immediate thought is you're probably a pedophile. There's no how can you?
What other reason is there?
Like, I'm sorry. Why are John Dehlin and Zelf on the Shelf and these people uploading these videos showing you the real Tim Ballard? Okay, what's your goal? You don't like his beliefs, views? You think he mismanaged his 501c3? Okay, show me your anti-pedophilia organization.
Yeah, like what are we doing here?
There's only certain things. Look, I will you can criticize someone like, I don't like how that guy runs his podcast.
And this is when they say, I'll show you my
like
anti-pedophilia organization. It's all of my work against the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints because it's the biggest human trafficker out there. But by the way, I'm not an anti-Mormon.
Well,
I'm not an anti-Mormon.
This is not a topic where if I own an ice cream shop and I don't like the way that guy over there runs his ice cream shop, it's a hell of a lot different than that guy has the anti-pedophilia organization. I'm going to go after it. Fine. You better be doing something really good.
Yeah.
You got nothing. This is not the same thing. The guy is saying, hey, we should save kids from pedos. And you're like, well, his 501c3 was mismanaged with the Nazarene.
No, it's
Shut up.
not even saying. It's not even saying that we should save them. It's that he's literally been saving them.
Yes,
hundreds and
well,
hundreds.
He didn't
of
save them to the level I would have saved them. That's
and they're watching it and being like, "Here's how saving these children from like sex trafficking is problematic."
Wow.
Like
They
what?
just cast
problematic to a
aspersions.
pedophile, maybe.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
It's so they just cast aspersions. That's all they can do is just this cloud of vagaries that constantly they try and surround everything with this just cloud. And it's hilarious because the scriptures literally say they never refute scripture. They only fulfill it. And what does the Old Testament call Satan? The great
deceiver.
Accuser / deceiver.
Both.
And I haven't seen
He's
anything
both.
more
Father of
deceptive
lies.
than this article in a long time.
And guess what? It gets worse.
Oh my gosh. It gets
Because
worse.
yeah. Because we've only addressed one of the like weirdly morphed things they put in this headline. Funder, crowdfunder, random person who has like almost nothing to do with the actual movie. He's charged with child kidnapping. What does that sound like to you?
Don't tell me it's
sounds
something
they
where
had a
like
divorce dispute, right?
I was gonna say nowadays I am so cynical on this.
Oh, dang.
I am so cynical on this now.
Yeah.
Whenever I see the lying
I
headlines,
imagined a guy with an ice cream truck like, hey, kids, I got some toys in
Exactly.
the back. I'm like, oh, wow, one of those.
Exactly. He's offering free candy to children outside of a school, right? 500 feet away, so he can be like safe about it, right? But what's the actual story?
I don't know. Is it like a divorce dispute?
This, from what I've heard, it actually ends up being this guy is like helping shelter a family member in a dispute, right? From like an abusive situation.
Oh, my
geez.
gosh.
He gets accused by the abusive person of child kidnapping when he is helping protect them from an abusive person.
Okay, look at this. One of Summer Surprises. It says one of the Summer Surprise movie hits, the anti-child trafficking drama, The Sound of Freedom, continues to be among its most controversial. See, they love the word controversial and problematic. All right. The latest incident, Fabian Marta, one of the many individuals who helped fund the movie. What?
So buried. They bury
So
it.
buried underneath funder in the headline.
Okay.
That is dishonest.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
like, oh my gosh.
It says, okay, so one of the many individuals who helped fund the movie after Disney passed on distribution was charged on July 21st with accessory to kidnapping, according to the Missouri court's website. So I'm
by the
clicking
way,
up right here.
passed on distribution. It literally sat on their shelf for 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years when it was at Fox.
Okay, so this is right here. Here is indeed the charge, and we're going to show up online so that we're, not doing what we accuse others of doing, being incomplete in their research. But here's a description. It's acrimonious child. I think acri, doesn't that stand for? That's oh gosh, what's it called? Not a euphemism. That's when you shorten a word, an abbreviation of something, if I'm not mistaken. But here is the listing on 7/21/2023 by the St. Louis Metropolitan Police. Okay. And you can go look through some of the information right here, but it says a detention hearing was held. This is pre-trial. Looks like it doesn't actually give too much of the details other than the parties, the attorneys, the bond set, so on and so forth. But yeah, oof, this is rough, man. It doesn't have a smoking gun, and it used to be that if indeed this were even true, my only problem as a person that worked in the media as well, you cannot report in that which is not factual yet. You can say so-and-so was arrested and these are the allegations, okay? But you can't be basically throwing them under the bus, all right, and casting aspersions. You have to be careful on this wording. Now, it looks like they did say charged, all right? So they said charged instead of saying like, convicted.
Accused. Okay.
Or something like that. But it does make you wonder what makes
So maybe
this,
I heard wrong.
Hold on, before you say but. The ultimate first question you always have to ask as a reporter is, how is this newsworthy? Because it used to be in the ethics of journalism to avoid yellow journalism. You don't just report on every sensational thing just to be a muckraker and say, oh, somebody hurt somebody over there once. It's like, how is this newsworthy? Well, there's nothing about this man or this act that, even if it were true, outright plain old true, every aspersion they cast on him, how is a basic Acre kidnapping charge newsworthy, if not other than he was one of the funders of the Sound of Freedom, which shows the church derangement syndrome is real. The Tim Ballard derangement syndrome is real. The Trump derangement syndrome is real. This is deranged reporting that is politically and socially motivated, and it is real. Kwaku.
Look, the fact that when I saw this headline, my immediate thought was executive producer is diddling kids.
Yeah.
Turned out to crowdfunder guy protects child from abusive drunk uncle. It's like, whoa. How is that not like purely evil? That shows these journalists want, their issue is not with whatever random crowdsource guy. They're upset at this movie for a reason, because they're opposing the narrative that America is waking up to the epidemic, and they're mad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you mad about it? There's only one reason you're mad about it. There's only one reason. I think we know what it is.
Okay,
So,
now
It certainly seems that way.
I'm going to give a little bit of credit to my fellow member of the media here. Later on down, because
7 days later, they post another article, right?
well, no, if it bleeds, it leads. So they went with the kind of spectacular thing first, but they did say the movie's various controversies seem independent of its cinematic virtues. The Sound of Freedom has a 69% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
I think that went up.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that high before.
Okay, interesting.
Honestly, here's why they're mad.
Okay.
The mad
And 99% audience score, by the way.
Wow.
The Hollywood is mad. Hollywood's divided right now because the legacy Hollywood is getting replaced by modern social media Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact of the matter is, actors on these freaking casting lists are less recognizable now than these social media TikTok stars.
Yeah.
So Hollywood's divided, and the new Hollywood aren't a bunch of like old Hollywood. I'm not saying they're all, but Ricky Gervais made that joke at the Golden Globes and it landed for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Weinstein, Cosby, these guys, and now they're mad because Caviezel was basically blacklisted, and now he's having his comeback. Okay, I mean, when you play Jesus and then you play the child freer, your roles are pretty dang good. I mean,
Yep.
it's like you're only representing good things, and now they're mad at Ballard because he's not only saving kids,
And
he's
they do
conservative
everything
and
they
he's LDS.
can. They do everything they can to tie Jim Caviezel into QAnon stuff,
Yeah.
right? And so, like,
Oh, yeah.
here's the other thing though. They post another article 7 days later, right?
Okay.
On the 14th.
And completely
really?
apologize.
Yeah, what
Did
they
they-
would
did
maybe
they really?
apologize about how it was going. Guess what the
They
title for this one
apologized?
is?
Really?
No.
Oh, yeah.
They published the next article entitled Sound of Freedom director Alejandro Monteverde addresses controversies. Breaks my heart.
Oh, so that's
What
leading-
does that sound like?
That's
Oh,
a
make it
head-
sound like he's horrified that his executive producer was a kid diddler.
Yeah. And then
it sounds like he's actually giving credence to the claims against him instead of saying it breaks my heart that they're fake.
yeah, like how deceptive are these headlines? You read through the rest of the article.
This is like what Peggy Fletcher Stack did to you in the Salt Lake Tribune.
Yeah, to us, all of us.
Peggy can't do math.
But it's just fascinating to me. It's like, look, he says that it breaks his heart that like the movie has become so like controversial in general. Like it's the USA Today that's making that happen, among other reporters. Like it's just fascinating.
I'm
to
sorry.
watch.
Okay, I know. I can't say what I was gonna say. It's too controversial.
Well, I
can't
could
say
always
it.
edit it out.
You want to look. I gotta be clear. About this.
By the
You
way,
want to know why people right now in America, why there are thousands that support Putin? This is the reason why. Stuff like this makes people go, I want a dictator who takes down journalists. I'm sorry. I can totally see how this is why we have pro-Putin sentiment.
Well, it's not that they want a dictator that takes down journalists. It's that, for example, when I was in Israel, you know what I'm saying? Somebody made a joke that was kind of off color, and a bunch of people laughed. And there was a Muslim dude in the room. There was a Jewish trader. It was an antiquities museum, and somebody made a joke. And I looked around and I kind of laughed because actually it was funny, you know. And I actually remember commenting, saying like, you know what? Actually, I really love being here because culturally, I don't have to look over my shoulder if someone's recording me laughing at a joke that is just obviously funny that anybody could have laughed at 10 years ago without fear of cancellation, right? And I thought, man, and one of the dudes who is Jordanian says, yeah, well, the truth is here. You don't have to worry about it because X, Y, or Z thing here. The king will just take you and kill you if you're this or that, you know? And I just thought, wow, when the Middle Eastern semi-dictator / not exactly wholly democratic countries, you know what I'm saying, that some might consider tyrannical in many ways, start looking like reasonable alternatives to the psychosis of woke culture and cancel culture, something's wrong, man. Something's wrong.
Amen.
You know?
Yeah.
But like, look, I get it. If this was Sound of Freedom executive producer, donates
is actually
to
actively like
Well, I was gonna
trafficking
say-
children.
Well, no, I was gonna say if it's a different political thing, like if they found out the executive producer was like gave money to like the bakery that wouldn't make a gay cake or something like that, I'd be like, you know what? I see why they're publishing it because it's already a news story. If this is a normal political thing, like, look, I hate that this guy voted for Jill Stein, whatever. This is why are you mad at people? Like, I don't get. I'm sorry. Like it's like this is a dog whistle. This is a dog whistle to the
It's
the
not
Weinsteins.
newsworthy.
That's what it is.
It's a virtue signal.
Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby and their buddies. This is a dog whistle to them. This is like when they're like, did you know that Martin Luther King cheated on his wife? I think we should disregard everything he says. Why? I don't know. Found the mustache man lover. Like that. We always know what the reason's behind. This journalist, I don't trust him. Him or her, what? I don't trust this person.
Well, and think
Check
about
their
what
hard
they're
drive.
doing. So they literally have researched every single one of these crowdfunders, every single one, to try to find a connection.
It's kind of
to
eerie.
disparage them. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
By the way, it's not weird. It happened in 2008 after Proposition 8. I know people's lives that were ruined for having given more than $99 to the Proposition 8 campaign.
And think, what if these people like put their time into ending child trafficking?
which is what they thought they were doing, probably.
Maybe.
Right? I'm donating to this show that's the whole entire message that we need to stop human trafficking gets out there, and then they get
This is what the
researched on
Bible
USA
means when
Today.
it says a diseased mind. Like, it's Trump derangement syndrome. It's Tim Ballard derangement syndrome. It's church derangement syndrome. It's a diseased mind.
Yeah, and to be fair, maybe the USA Today person isn't the one who did the research, but someone else sent it
It might
into
be a
them,
poor
right?
staff writer that got given the article by an editor that hates the church, and it's just like, hey, go hit him here. You know, it's like,
And like they then publish this without really solidly fact checking it or deciding that they're going to like write an honest headline.
yeah.
You know, it's just sad to me. And I don't know, I lost a little more faith in corporate journalism today. I didn't think I could,
Yeah.
but
I thought there was no more left to give. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, let us know where you guys think we go wrong on this. Are we just a bunch of hypocrites here? Are we just a bunch of haters? I'd like to give this Marco de la Cava. It seems like he was given a difficult task, and he tried to provide balance, but he knew because of the ethos that obviously exists at USA Today. We've been reading this for 20 years. We know it's a hard left-leaning anti-Trump publication that has had an unfortunate fall from grace, not as bad as CNN's fall from grace, but has had an unfortunate fall from grace in credibility with the general public, but still does toss red meat to the center left and the progressive left in America that unfortunately includes a lot of cynical, desperate, and dishonest people that hate the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So it looks like the stars were in line and that their interests met, and really an newsworthy hit piece was written about somebody who, if the apocryphal story is true, would be unfortunately having no good deed going unpunished.
And here's the thing,
you know?
In their next article, they clarified that he was charged with being an accessory to the...
Oh, that's what the ACRI is, accessory.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so it's like...
I said acrimonious before and I realized, oh wait, no, that was a stupid word.
I was a little confused with that. But yeah, it's like, okay, so now your story's changing. You still haven't updated your old article. Like, your commitment's not to truth.
Yeah, it's not. It's just, it's sad. It's church derangement syndrome, parent derangement syndrome.
And now here we are giving them clicks and getting them more ad revenue. It's just...
Or just exposing them and counterpunching.
Both,
so,
but it's a crazy circus.
Yeah, it's a circus. So anyway, let us know where we go wrong. Check us out, please, on wardradio.com.
Nabu expositor.
Oh my gosh.